I'm fancy. I have a timer too.
Timer?
I bought this sweet timer that $6. It's got magnets right onto my mic stand.
How long do you want to try to keep this?
I don't know, as long as we want. I don't want it to be like 2.5 hours though.
Yeah, I definitely prefer around the maybe call 8:30 range.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll just go until we kind of fill up, or maybe find the end of the cave or whatever.
Yeah, half an hour should be fine. Hey, you ready?
Sure.
3, 2, 1.
Hello there, it's Breon here, and I'm here with
Monkey with a six-pack.
dun, da, da, da. So on our forums, I mentioned that I wanted to do a little. Your head's all wonky. I wanted to do a little Q&A with folks and do some caving with people, so I could get to know. Are you drunk? You're spewing cobble everywhere, so we could get to know some of the people better. Because I play with them all the time. We collaborate sometimes, but I don't really know much about them. So we're gonna do it while we cave, and then Monkey will get most of the resources. If we run across anything interesting, that might change though.
Because Monkey is poor.
Monkey's poor. Are you gonna refer to yourself in the third person? Like
Hey,
UHC?
There's actually a reason for that too.
I don't need to know.
Because back when I was doing a lot of stuff with Hazard when we first started, and I was doing intros and stuff, I'd constantly play, "Hey, welcome back to Alex and Hazard." Oh shit! And I have to stop and restart.
Oh yeah.
I did that once like 3 times in a row, so now I got into the habit of that video talking in third person as a joke and to remind me to say Monkey, and a habit that hasn't been broken.
All right, let's jump in.
Caving.
Oh, there's iron right away. This would be a good UHC cave.
Yes.
Is there anything specific you need or don't need? Like, do you not need iron?
I need lapis, iron, and diamonds. I have more than enough coal and redstone.
Yeah, we're not doing any kind of like ABBA caving rules or anything. We're just gonna go cave in and chit chat and find some cool stuff. I'm gonna grab some coal for spare torches. Who shoot?
Skelly.
Oh wow, this is a nice cave.
Yeah, it's pretty mob infested. Make sure I started recording good. I've done that more times than I would like to admit.
Yeah, I know.
I've also recorded one time I recorded like a 45-minute video, only to realize my mic was muted. I've yet to go back and record that series.
I built something without recording, I tore it down and built it again.
I wanted to do I have a second channel that I've done absolutely nothing on that 45-minute video was meant for, which is supposed to be audio book versions of visual novels for people who don't have time to sit there and read their visual novel.
Oh, cool.
So I recorded 45 minutes just pretty much straight reading, and then have the mic muted, and I didn't feel like reading the same exact thing for 45 minutes again. And so I just put that in the back burner.
Yeah. All right, let's start. Let's make with the questions. Question number uno. What is your name? In-game or real or both or whatever?
My name is Alex. I go by the persona of Monkey. I have realized that not a lot of people know that Monkey is exactly that, a persona.
Yeah.
I realized that when I found out that C. Mason thought that Monkey was the way I actually act in real life. Then oh crap. These people think I'm a jackass.
All right. Whereabouts do you live? And you can be as specific as generic as you want.
I live up in New York, in Dutchess County.
You say up in New York. Is that like specifically upstate New York?
It's mid-state.
Mid-state, yeah.
It's around the middle of New York.
I used to live in Philly. I worked at Best Buy for a number of years, and New York was one of my territories that I covered. What else do we got here? What do you do? School, work, etc.
Currently a fast food worker. Yay!
Yeah, that's all right.
Homeschooled last year, high school. In January, start college classes and all that.
Cool. Did you find anything good yet?
Just iron upon iron upon iron upon iron.
Yeah, I've been skipping some. I might have to go back and get it later. I kind of went down, then went back up. I want to keep going down.
So yeah, let's flip this around and ask you some questions.
Oh, crap. I didn't plan on this.
Pretty much the same exact things you just asked me.
Oh. Okay, what is my name? My name is Breon. Whoa. Going through puberty, apparently. My name is Breon. That's my real name, and my persona, and my in-game name, and my Twitter handle, and my YouTube channel. It's a unique name, so I get to get it for all the new websites and whatnot.
Get me where I have Alex, and you can't play an online game for 5 minutes without coming into 2 Alexes.
Yeah. I live in Minnesota. I live near C. Mason. I've actually met C. Mason at a Michael Mines meetup. Michael also lives in Minnesota, so that's pretty cool. Mike and I are apparently friends now. I don't know when that happened. What else did I ask? What do I do? Oh, I work full time. I'm actually in between positions right now at work, but previously I worked in product management, where I would figure out what our teams needed at work, and then built products for them to help with business needs. Sounds very high tech. It's not really.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. All right, we're going back to you now. What's your favorite game of all time?
Favorite game of all time?
Yep.
Can I answer 6 answer?
Sure.
Just don't have one favorite game of all time.
Yeah, it's tough. It could be different genres or different consoles or stuff like that. So yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. Mario Sunshine from the GameCube. Really like that one. That's actually funny because that is one of the most hated Mario games of all time. Yet it's my favorite Mario game of all time.
I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
It's one of the very few Mario games. It's not like a real platformer. It's more of like it's a different experience than any other game has ever had. That's why I liked it. But apparently that made other people not like it. So, let's see, Wind Waker, GameCube and HD remake, Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much any Zelda game except Majora's Mask. That's the only one I haven't played.
Aren't they making a remake of that soon or something?
So I finally can play it.
Ah, there's part 2 of that answer.
Any Pokemon game except Black and White 1. That's my least favorite. I quite enjoy Kadowa Shoujo, but that's kind of like a visual novel. I really wouldn't consider that a game per se. Obviously Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft's pretty high up there.
Let's see. Any other games I can think of? No really other games I can think of. Pokemon, Zelda, Fire Emblem games. I really enjoy Fire Emblem Awakening.
So if they come out with a new Zelda, or if they keep making new Zeldas, that's like always on your top list. You have to buy that franchise.
Same with Pokemon, yeah, and Smash Bros. Smash Bros. If there was a favorites list of the favorites list, Smash Bros. Would be the one on top.
Yeah.
Smash Bros. Is my jam.
I kind of wish that people are gonna hate me for this. I kind of wish Nintendo would stop making consoles and just make software. Because I don't really want to buy a Wii or Wii U, but I'd love to play some of these games.
I kind of agree with you on that end. And if they put more focus onto the games themselves, that'd be great. Smash Bros. Is like I'm on professional level player of Smash Bros.
Nice.
Like go to tournament, win monies, and all that stuff.
Hey, look, it's you.
Now let's flip that question around to you. What's your favorite game?
I have to say, well, I'm going to answer the same way and say that there's a bunch of different ones. Like, my favorite game of all time has got to be Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, the original.
I love Street Fighter.
I played the crap out of that at the arcade.
I was so upset when the arcade closed down. I used to go in there. I'd feel like a ritual. I'd bring $3 in, spend $3, spend 2 of those bucks on Street Fighter, and then use $1 to play the same exact song of Guitar Hero and try to top score in there. Then the arcade closed down, and instead they opened up some kind of dip store. That immediately closed down about a month later.
I'm also a fan of the Halo series, not just the games, but like the entire kind of storyline. Like a lot of people play Halo for multiplayer.
Yeah, I like the storyline of Halo better. I'm not a fan of like the Xbox multiplayer games, mostly because of the fact that it costs $60 on top of the game to play it.
Yeah. I've been a sucker for many years for Xbox. I don't think that's going to end.
I think that answers my next question for you.
Which is
PlayStation or Xbox?
Yeah, what is your
Me? I'd have to say PlayStation. If we're talking about current gen games, it has to be PlayStation. Because I always look at things from a view of what can one console offer that the other one offers, and they both offer the same exact thing, except PlayStation has exclusives. So
yeah,
PlayStation's got to top that list.
You know, I didn't get into Xbox until the end of the Xbox One. Well, I guess that's a bad term. The original Xbox. At the end of that cycle is when I got into the Xbox franchise. And I was playing Halo and everything, Halo 2 with people.
My gaming childhood was a combination of GameCube and PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
I was a big PlayStation 2 player.
My gaming childhood was an Atari 2600 and a Commodore 64.
Actually, no, let me rephrase that. Now that I think about it, my gaming childhood was SNES. Good old SNES.
Yeah. I still have my Nintendo, my original Nintendo.
That's all my original systems do.
NES. My mom's got it. She's like, I read on the internet you could get a bunch of money for it. I'm like, Mom, there was like, if it had a certain serial number, it was worth a bunch of money, but mine clearly did not have that.
On top of that, would you really want to sell your childhood system?
I kind of wish I didn't on some of them. I had an SNES. I have no idea what happened to it. It probably actually broke, to be honest.
My SNES survived a 3-year-old me for about... I'm 17 now, and it was around when I was 3, so it survived several damages that it's somehow still standing. I remember we used to have a TV stand, and little me decided to try to stand on the TV stand, collapse the entire stand, have the TV, big old CRT, fall on top of its nest, and yet somehow it still functioned afterwards.
Yep. It's nice to know that even though you're, well, in comparison to me, you're relatively young, but that you still know what a CRT TV is. I keep thinking of like things that, like there's going to be a generation soon that doesn't know what a landline telephone is or a CRT TV.
Ask them what a floppy disk is, they're just going to say that the save button and...
Yeah, exactly.
I may be young, but I had the same childhood you had, due to the fact that I had siblings, and everything from my childhood was hand-me-downs from their childhood. And
that's true.
They kind of arranged it to the point where it was... Like, I got the stuff that they got when I was their age. Like my brother had a Xbox 360, but I had never touched it. Because, they kind of went on, like, I don't know if it was intentional, but I kind of got the stuff around the age where they got the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never had a computer. I was all, And I didn't get a computer until I was really old, actually. But yeah, I definitely had a childhood full of... An old childhood for being a young age.
You're an old soul.
I get told that a lot.
I gotta get rid of some of the crap in my inventory.
It's a lot to do with the fact that I'm homeschooled and I'm around adults pretty much 24/7.
Yeah, that'd probably do it, actually. I never thought of that. All right, what's next on the question list? How did you hear about Minecraft? We'll talk a little bit about Minecraft since we're actually playing it.
Let's see, there was a YouTuber called Jugga Conroy. He did mostly Nintendo stuff. He was the first Let's player I ever saw. It's because I was playing Mario Sunshine, I was stuck on one level, so I looked at the internet and saw there was these things called Let's Plays. And I proceeded to watch his Mario Sunshine Let's Play, and I started watching his other Let's Plays. I got really big on him, like pretty much only watched him. He's a pretty big fan on Facebook, all that crap. One day on Facebook he said, okay, here's a hint to what my next Let's Play is. Not Minecraft. So I was like, oh, Minecraft. So I, did research, found out what Minecraft is, and I went online and saw... First video I saw was from JL Zipcode.
Nice. From
the Zip Crowd. Like, original Minecraft Let's Play before he was even, before DoxyM or any of them was around.
Right.
And, that was that. And I bought the game the same day as my friend did. That was actually my excuse for getting the game was, but if I get it, I can actually play with my friend. and that worked, and I was able to buy it. That's you know, obviously I got that 5 years ago at this point.
Wow.
It was like beta, not even 1 point beta.
Yeah, I surprisingly got into it, like being the gaming nerd that I was. I got into it pretty late. The first time I ever played it was actually on the Xbox. So
Really?
I bought the console version because I didn't have a gaming PC, and I thought you had to have a beefy PC to run it.
You do have to have a beef.
Yeah, you should. So I bought it on the Xbox, loved it, and then watched a bunch of videos. I think a lot of people, as a lot of people do, I think I started watching some of Etho's videos by accident, not because I liked Etho or anything, but just because his videos had high views and high ratings and everything. And was trying to figure out why I couldn't do some of the stuff he could do, because I was on the Xbox, which was equivalent to beta 1.8.
Pretty much, if even that.
Right, it was still missing a bunch of crap. So I was like, why can't I do this stuff? Why don't I have this recipe? So I finally bought it on PC. Never looked back.
Never play the Xbox version again.
Yeah, I played it a couple times and was like, man, I don't know how I ever did this.
Exactly that. The other day I was like, oh, I'm pretty close to, getting all the achievements in this game. Let me go back and, get the achievement so I can have this as my first game I have a platinum. I've actually got the platinum game. What's your Xbox gamer score?
18,000 or something. So it's not that high.
Mine's like 9,300. I took a picture of it at 9,001 and had the obvious caption.
Yeah.
It went over a lot of people I showed it to heads, and they looked at it for a second and was like, oh, I get it. I actually didn't even intend it to be a joke at first until I realized that it was 9,001. Are you big on achievements?
No. I mean, when I play the game, I am like, oh, I gotta get all these achievements. But then, like, after I kind of get burnt out in the game, I'm like, yeah, I don't really care that much.
Yeah, achievements don't keep you playing the game.
No.
Like, a lot of people buy games just because they have easy achievements.
Did you ever play Crackdown?
Yes, I loved Crackdown. Oh my god.
I didn't know. Nobody knew that Crackdown was actually going to be a good game. It was just the way to get into the Halo beta.
Really?
People would even joke to call the game the Halo beta. They wouldn't even call it Crackdown. Turns out it was actually a decent game, except for them stupid orbs.
I loved those orbs. That was my favorite part of the game. Give you some. I loved sandboxes to a lesser extent now because I have, I'm an adult now. I don't have an imagination anymore. I would just literally run around making up own stories in my head. I was probably a little too young to be playing those games, but I turned out fine.
Yeah. I'm at diamond level here. I don't find any diamonds, though.
I honestly think that's what attributes to me being the way I am now, like, not being the immature. Like, I look at the people who are my age and just shake my head and sigh like I'm an old man.
Yeah.
This generation.
I've played games literally for probably 30 years. 30 years. Yeah, I'm old.
And over 30 years old?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I played... Have you ever heard of the game Adventure for Atari or for Commodore 64?
I was not an Atari generation. To this day, I still haven't played most Atari.
I'm going to do a Let's Play on it one time. Just once. Just kind of a one-off thing. You are a pixel. Not because it's retro and cool, but because that's all they could do. You are a square. Your sword is a right arrow, like from from a font. So they used fonts for everything. The most graphically intense item was the dragon, which looked like a seahorse versus a dragon. Yeah, so it was pretty rough. I'm getting all sorts of redstone. I hope you need redstone.
I do not.
Well, I'll take that.
First game I ever played was... It probably was... Let me think. It probably was Link to the Past. In fact, I think it was Link to the Past. I've been a Zelda gamer my entire life.
Yeah, the Zelda games are pretty good.
I've also been a type of a Let's Play watcher because I would just beg my mom or my brother or my sister to play a game just so I could watch them play it because I wasn't good enough at the time to play those advanced Zelda games.
Yeah. Well, some people don't understand. Like I'll watch YouTube videos sometimes because I want to learn something, but most times because it's just entertaining. And they're like, well, why are you watching someone play this game and not play the game? It's like,
that's exactly the conversation I've had. It's like it's not per se the game. It's the game. The game per se is not the reason I'm watching the video. It's the personality why I'm watching it.
Yeah. And it may be like I watched Vintage Beef play The Last of Us, and I would have played The Last of Us, but I didn't have a PlayStation, so I was like, I can't play this game. I'm gonna watch someone else play it. That's
another reason. Like I don't have the money shelling out $20 every time the Walking Dead game comes out, so I just go on YouTube and watch someone play the walkthrough. So then I get because there's no really gameplay in there. You're not losing out by only watching the Let's Play version of it.
Right. Man, there's tons of iron. I hope you need iron.
I do.
This is a good cave. This has been a great UHC cave.
So what was your first video about?
My first video that I ever posted to YouTube, I think it's still there, was this phone came out. Again, I'm old. This phone came out called the Helio Ocean. It was right before the iPhone came out, or right around the same time as the original iPhone. And one of its claims to fame was that it was the first phone with MySpace and the first phone with YouTube video upload, but you can only do 30 seconds. So I recorded my boss at the time. We were at the Consumer Electronics Show, and there was a taser booth, and they were tasing people. That whoever wanted to get tased, they would tase them, which is weird. So he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get tased." He's from New Zealand. He's got a thick New Zealand accent, and so the guys hooked the taser prongs up to his legs because that's the safe way to do it, I guess. And they said, "Taser, taser, taser." They turned it on, and sure enough, he got his ass tased. And so I took the video on the show floor, and then uploaded it over cellular network. And my boss was like, "This is cool, mate." Like, he was all flipping out about it because there was nothing like that at the time.
Now, are you an Apple or an Android?
Android. I like Apple products. I use Macs, MacBooks.
Yeah, iPad is my source of entertainment.
I don't hate Apple products. There's just things that you can do with Android that I like that you can't do with Apple. But that's all changing because Apple's changing. They changed their mind on stuff too. You live?
Yeah.
They'll say stuff like, "Oh, no one's going to need to do this." And then 2 years later, after everybody on Android loves it, they add it to iOS. And the same's true for Android too, is that Apple will do something that seems silly at first, but then everybody wants it, so then the other team catches up.
So are you going to be free tomorrow night?
Probably. Why? No, actually I'm not.
I was going to say to continue this adventure tomorrow night after.
Yes.
Here. There's always days.
You gotta go for now?
No, I gotta go in a little bit.
Okay.
I figure. Like, probably in around 15 minutes.
Okay.
We finish the event.
Okay, we got a couple more questions here. What is your play style? That's an interesting one because you see all types of different people. Some people adventure, some people build.
My play style, a little bit of everything. I don't have one preferred thing to do.
Yeah, it's weird to me. Well, not weird because I would say people would probably say the same thing about me, but that people only play Minecraft for PvP. Like, all they do is go play mini games on PvP servers. I like doing that, but I couldn't do that. Only that.
Yeah, sir. I'll go on tendencies. I'll only do that for a little bit, but I always come back to good old vanilla.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself a builder?
No, not by any means.
Your house is pretty cool.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll get strokes of inspiration. Interesting builds.
You'll have a stroke and get inspired. Oh, hello, Enderman. Okay, looks like you've already been here.
What's your most memorable moment in Minecraft?
What's my most memorable moment?
Yeah.
I'd have to say the first UHC that I played with you guys. Were you in the not the last one, but season 2?
I was not in that one with you, sadly.
Yeah. I was
not
on track to win. Like, it was just for me to lose, and I lost it. Well, my internet lost it. It wasn't. I don't know. It's hard to say. At one point, Carl said that in his later videos, he's like, "Yeah, he should have killed me. I had a sharpness 3 diamond sword."
Ooh.
Yeah, that was pretty beefy.
I got a lot of memorable moments. The first day I played, it would be the first time I found diamonds. I had gotten bored of my first ever world, so I decided just to throw up a new one. And I was like, since I haven't done anything in this world, I'm just going to dig down straight. And I dug down straight and dug immediately into diamonds.
Nice.
From the overworld onto diamonds. Another one would be joining my first ever multiplayer server with my friend. It had a towns thing, so I had a whole town going on with some other people. And I split up into a big old war over some pretty real hatred.
Oh,
Honestly,
yeah?
that sucked. And I had to be joining this server.
Aww.
I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary on Fall
2 years, wow.
I had made a post on the Minecraft forum because I was playing on Michael's server with JCK, who was the friend I joined the other server with. And we were having a lot of trouble with someone who had just griefed our little area. We had a lot of issues with griefers. And so we decided to move out far, but there was the world barrier, so there was also one guy in the vanilla that decided to do nothing but cave and ended up getting banned for doing a gigantic strip mine that ran underneath the entire system of the world. So we decided to go on the Minecraft forums, and I made a post in the server section saying, listen, I'm just looking for a plain old vanilla server, no add-ons, no nothing, just pure vanilla. And C Mason sent me a message saying, hey, we don't normally let people on, but we're looking to, let some random people on, so why don't you go ahead and join us? So, of course, me and JCK joined. It was on the first map ever, which was a big old castle that Carl and his son made. So we played on that for a while. JCK ended up quitting Minecraft for Terraria for a while, and he's coming back soon. He keeps saying that.
Did you find this this mine shaft?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I saw torches here. I was wondering.
All mine shafts have natural torches.
Oh, I mean, there's like a torch pattern, more or less.
It's got a vein of 13 diamonds.
What?
13 diamond ore in one vein. Biggest vein I've ever found, I think.
I haven't found a single diamond. Yeah, the server's been pretty good to me so far. A lot of people, a lot of interaction. There's usually people playing. The last server I was on, actually I'm still on that server. It got dead after a while, but I think it's going to pick back up. They got some other new people in there.
It's actually funny how short the world is, how small the world is. There was an old server called Nillicraft. I played on it when I first got Minecraft, and it turns out that's where Hobo's from.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, very small world. So outside of Minecraft and stuff, what's like your favorite movie?
Favorite movie. I had to say Spirited Away. That's one of my favorites.
Okay, I'm a little weirded out at this point.
Why is that?
Because that's my answer for favorite movie.
It's a great movie.
I was really expecting to have to explain to you what Spirited Away is.
Nope. I am a fan of all the Studio Ghibli movies.
I've only seen that one, and I always get it confused with Howl's Moving Castle.
Princess Mononoke?
There you go.
Yeah, that's another popular one. I saw Princess Mononoke. Actually, I saw Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away in the theater.
I saw Spirited Away on Cartoon Network back in the years. That was the first ever... Actually, no. This is the thing. I'm an avid anime watcher. I don't know about you.
I used to be, yeah.
quite an avid anime watcher, right? So every once in a while, I always had like, my first anime for a while was Bleach. Then the other day I was in a video game store. There's this old like retro gaming store in by my area. So I go in there, and I see this game called Zatchbell, based on an anime called Zatchbell, and that just kind of like I saw that, and it was just like a vision of little kid me sitting down on the couch watching Zatchbell, and since then that's been the first anime I've ever watched.
I think one of my first ones was something like Fist of the North Star, which is a really violent one. It's one of those ones where they're like, you punch them and they pretty much explode.
It was either Zatchbell or Spirited Away was my first one. I've been really wanting to watch Spirited Away again. I actually have the DVD hidden away in my garage. I've been really meaning to pull that out again.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. Hi, Spider. You die.
Actually, really, I need to like watch more of the Ghibli stuff. I really liked Princess Mononoke. However you pronounce that.
Yeah, I would recommend Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. That was a really good one. And House Moving? Yeah, Moving Castle. That was pretty good too. Oh, hi, Skeleton.
What would you say your favorite TV show is? Could be on currently, or could be in the past.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think I found your torch trail here.
I think you're afraid that's something easier. What's your favorite TV show that's currently airing?
Probably Walking Dead.
I gotta say, for mine, it's either Walking Dead or Gotham.
We'll start watching Gotham. That's pretty good.
I'm really liking it. And I know, like, a lot of the hardcore Batman fans aren't liking it because of the fact that it's breaking the canon a little bit.
Right.
I really like it.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing about comic book canon is that they break their own canon. Like, they have alternate universes. Superman dies and he's resurrected. It's like...
Yeah, Wolverine's dead. Don't expect that to last very long.
Yeah, it never lasts.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel, for sure.
I gotta say with Marvel, that one. Favorite superhero overall?
Yeah, probably Wolverine.
Gotta say Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool's pretty good.
Big old fan of the Merc with a mouse. Who's your YouTuber?
Who's a what?
Favorite YouTuber?
Favorite YouTuber? Well, you, of course.
And he for my answer.
Oh, look at that. We're like brothers. I've been really digging on vintage beef for the last year or so. I like his content style.
Outside of Minecraft and Minecraft?
Not really.
I really enjoy Rooster Teeth.
Oh, yeah. I like their videos. I guess I didn't really consider them YouTubers. They're more like a content production studio. At
that point, I'm even considering... Now that I have an actual paycheck coming in instead of just $10 a week as allowance, that's one of the first things I plan to do with my money once I get a checking account set up.
Does it get a sponsor them?
Sponsor on roosterteeth.com.
Yeah, I did that. Oh, I should go look at my Rooster Teeth account.
Are you a Rooster Teeth account?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna dig into the wall and look it up because I gotta know when I joined many years ago.
Did you sponsor back then?
Yeah, I sponsored because I wanted to watch Red vs. Blue season 1.
Ironically, I'm a big fan of that. Yet I've never watched Red vs.
Rooster Teeth. I think it has your creation date. Yeah, I sponsored them for I think 2 years. It was pretty cheap. It was what, $10 a year or something?
No, it used to be like $5 a year. Now it's $10 a year. Here you are.
Does it have my join date?
Your join date was you signed up 9 years ago, November 23rd, 2004. Oh man, you're coming up on your anniversary.
Nice.
You've been playing the Crackdown demo a lot.
Oh, hi, Creeper.
The Halo 3 beta is just a bonus at this point. Funny we're just talking about that.
That's awesome. I don't have any coal. I gotta go get some coal.
Attack of the Show. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Missed that show so much. Oh, Good Eats. Oh man, I love that show.
Yeah, I've acquired almost every episode of Good Eats.
Oh really?
Yeah, I have them on a hard drive somewhere.
You a cooker?
I am, yeah.
That's what I actually wanted to do for a profession, but the problem is, at the culinary school in my area, it costs more to go to my local culinary school than it does to go to Harvard. Oh, it's probably on par with Harvard. I think it's the Harvard equivalent to cooking, pretty much.
The Harvard of cooking.
And I kind of looked into it, and to make any money, I would have to travel several hours away to work out of state because where I live is on the list of the top 10 worst places to live in the United States.
Oof.
Mostly because of the fact that it's so close to the city that everyone from the city will live here and then do the 45-minute-hour commute. So they take in the fact that everyone who lives here mostly has such a long commute to work.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, it's kind of like a rural city. Like it's like a city, but it's very rural. Like it's all outdoorsy and everything, but it's still like an actual city and stuff. If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, it does. What else we got on here for questions? Oh, do you record videos? Are you a YouTuber?
Yes and no. I do it so infrequently, but because as I talked about in the start of the video, you know, in videos and with the people here, it's like a persona. And when videos by myself are literally just me. I'm not in the persona when I'm by myself. So I'll record a lot of videos by myself, and then it will just come out to be the most boring. You know, no one wants to watch videos. You're just a normal, mundane guy playing, oh, hey, gonna mine some cobble, need to get some coal.
Hey, you just said you watched one of my videos earlier. I feel like I'm that way. I'm like the badge of this server. I feel like I'm just monotonous, droning on.
Yeah, I really like monotone voices. Like, a lot of people hate monotone, but I like monotone. I'm odd. I like odd things.
I have not found a single diamond.
I've found 13.
I keep finding... I'm at lava level. I think I'd find something.
I've hit my side at the dead end of the cave.
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm at in comparison to where we were.
So do you have any plans for future Let's Plays?
Yeah, actually, I just talked to a friend at work. Actually, he's on this server, Sean TNT.
Yes.
I told him my plans for something. It's going to be pretty awesome on this server. So as far as other Let's Plays, I'm going to start doing more indie games. I just picked up a Humble Bundle, so I got like 6 games out of that I could do at least an episode out of each to play. I don't even remember what the games are. I was like, these look cool. Buy now.
I have a series I'm going to be working on that's going to be games. I'm going to be calling it Raging Rewind, which will go back to games from my past and others' pasts and see in my age now if I can finally take them out.
Oh, found some diamonds.
One of my first purchases with my paycheck, in fact, I think it's going to be the first purchase I do with my paycheck, will be getting capture cards.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be getting one for VGA, I'll be getting one for Component, and I don't think I'll get one for Component. I think I'll just get one for HDMI and then go through the Wii U. Component. But I'll be getting RGB so I can do PlayStation, GameCube, SNES, all those old consoles. 'Cause I have all of them still, and they're all hooked up and working. There's definitely going to be a lot of Mario Sunshine and stuff, because a lot of my childhood was raging at Mario Sunshine. It is one of the hardest Mario games of all.
Oh, just found a spawner.
One of the most terrifying moments of my childhood is I remember this very vividly. It was my first day of kindergarten. It was only half day, and I had it in the afternoon. So before I woke up early in the morning, so I could play some Ocarina of Time, and I'd finally gotten to the point where you turn into the adult Link, and the Redeads scared the ever-living shit out of me as a child. Oh my god.
Okay, where am I? I'm gonna just peek around this corner here, see if I've seen more diamonds. Should we make our way back up to the surface?
Yeah, I'm making my way up now.
I'll probably just straight pillar up.
So what animes do you enjoy?
Back when I watched them more, it was Ranma was one of my favorite series.
Haven't heard of that one.
It was more of it wasn't as serious or it wasn't really an action anime like some of the other ones.
I don't really watch action ones though. The way I work when I watch anime is I watch one serious one, one completely unserious one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a palate cleanser. I can't go into one anime where people are getting exploded and go immediately into another one where people are just getting exploded. Gotta have some kind of, gotta have ice cream in between your meals.
Yeah, yeah. Ranma was probably, I think in Japan it came out in the 80s.
You know what that one is?
It's with the boy that turns into the girl.
He gets splashed with cold water and he turns into a chick. Yeah, I totally know what one that is. Oh,
yeah, that one was always funny. Just the scenarios that they were in and whatnot. All right, I'm just gonna pillar up. Yeah, so I was a fan of that. Most of the anime that I watched was more feature films and stuff like Ghost in the Shell, and
I really need to watch that. I really do.
It's pretty good. They made some remakes, or I think they actually did They remade the first one, which was like really weird.
Have you ever seen Elven Lied? That is the one. It's a pink-haired chick. She has like some kind of schizophrenia. One of them is like a psychopathic murderer, and the other one is just someone with like a blank mind that knows absolutely nothing. And it's to protect the one. Schizophrenia was created to protect everyone else from getting brutally murdered by the one that has crazy hands that grow invisible crazy hands that grow out of the back and kill people. So it's one of those really. It was really one of those the popular ones.
Oh yeah.
Hobo recommended it, and if Hobo recommended it. I've learned now to not to watch anything Hobo's recommended on. A lot of the stuff he recommends, like the really, really gory action crap.
Yeah, I can see that.
He watched this one. He recommended me this one anime, Desert Punk, that was his favorite anime of all time. So I figured it was going to be good, and it just had the worst ending I've ever seen to an anime ever in my entire life of all the anime I've ever watched. It's the worst ending ever. Finally, it was a show that tried to be serious but never had a serious storyline. Finally got a serious storyline, and instead of following through with it, they just kill everyone. They just blow up the planet. Like they finally have some kind of semblance of a serious storyline that's entertaining, and kaboom.
Am I getting close to the surface or what?
I'm at Y90 at this point. I'm not at the surface.
You're digging up into a mountain?
Pretty much. Yeah, hit the surface finally. And I'm at the surface. Hooray. You want to
I dug up into a cave and saw more iron, so I had to stop and get it.
meet up and collect our toll? You want to keep what you found?
No, there's... here's the surface.
That's the entrance where we came in. About the entrance where we came in. Over at 705 65 565.
705. There's a random torch out here. There's actually a torch path. I wonder whose this is.
I'll be right back. Probably Nick's. I am back. Yes, we'll certainly have to come another day, and I'll have some questions prepared for you this time.
Oh no!
You can have some more prepared for me and all that.
All right, let me put down a couple chests here. Empty your goods into it.
Are you gonna...
I'm pretty sure you beat me on this one. Not that we're really competing. It's not like I have a caving or anything.
But if it was apple caving.
You would win with the diamonds. What do you got? Holy crap. You got 2 notch apples?
No, they're just plain apples. They're not notch.
Oh, yeah. Plain golden apples. Yeah, you won. Yeah, there's nothing I really need. So this is all yours.
All tomorrow?
Was that?
You said you're not free at all tomorrow?
No, I'm not. I got some house stuff to do, and then we're going out tomorrow night.
I gotta work at 7 a.m. on Thursday, so Wednesday really isn't an option. At any time at all next weekend, I'm good.
Okay.
Anywhere from next Thursday till Sunday.
All right. So where can people find you? YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, etc., etc.
YouTube.com, the monkey with the six pack, because some asshole took monkey with the six pack.
The monkey with a six pack, not any monkey with a six pack, but the monkey with a six pack.
Twitter is both monkey with a handgun and monkey with a six pack. Fun fact: I originally wanted my name to be monkey with a handgun for Xbox Live, but Xbox Live didn't have enough letters for that, so I had to go to monkey with a six pack. Monkey with a handgun being a very obscure reference to an episode of That 70s Show where Kelly said that'd be a stupider idea than giving a monkey a handgun. And I really liked that phrase, so I wanted to have it be monkey with a handgun.
Yep.
You can find me on Twitch at Monkey with a Six Pack. I do occasional streams, mostly Binding of Isaac at this point. So I've been playing Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
How is that?
Love it. The game came out November 4th. It's November 7th, and I've already had over 24 hours in the game.
Wow.
It's a roguelike. You play it again and again and again and again.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for going caving with me. Now I know a little bit more about you. We have the same taste in anime or movies.
See you guys for part 2 when I ask him. But I come up with some questions for Breon.
Oh no.
Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
Do I? Yeah. Oh yeah. Is that a question you need to ask, or is that for later? Should this be the teaser?